Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for tuning in and joining today. I'm super excited. We've got Dawn Crystal with us. She is absolutely over the moon today. The energy is going to bathe you, soothe you, but it's going to absolutely shoot you into the stratosphere. We are going to talk about today discovering the untold truth about how to look and feel your best and even, hey, sexy at any age. And we're going to be talking about the DNA epigenetics of light that our guest today, Dawn Crystal, has uncovered that can literally wash away trauma. And the interesting story about trauma is that trauma can create what Dawn described to me as an epigenetic binding. This binding can literally rob our energetic cellular youth frequencies and what we know, many of us here, as the divine blueprint. And this blueprint is all about rejuvenation. It's all about keeping ourselves in line with the truth. If you think about a plant that grows outside in front of the divine sun, receiving all of that photosynthetic energy, it has beautiful, deep, dark green leaves. It's always bountiful. You take that plant and you stick it in a room with no sunlight, and it will not be very long before that plant starts to wither and die. Our own natural divine resonant frequencies, I believe, are like that. So I'm very much opposed to circumventing or trying to change what is natural and divine, because I know humanity does not survive very well without that connection to its higher truth. And our guest today, Dawn Crystal, is a living embodiment of that. You will understand exactly how she channels Spirit, Creator, God, and what she does with her medical intuition, and also how she is a pain release expert. Dawn is also a leading transformation expert. She's incorporated ancient wisdom for modern day success. She's even the best-selling author of six books, Pain Free Made Crystal Clear, Fear-Free Made Crystal Clear, Happiness Made Crystal Clear, Fatigue-Free Made Crystal Clear, Pet Talk and Abundance Made Crystal Clear. Now, she's very passionate about helping people find their own soul truth and removing the blockages physically, emotionally, and mentally so that we can step into our full potential. She does this because she's had to do it in her own life, and I think you would probably hear Dawn say that if it wasn't for discovering this, it's doubtful she would be here today. Now, one of the things that she's able to do is help people from entrepreneurs, CEOs, celebrities, and people everywhere to live a much better and more fulfilling life. And one of the things that Dawn channels through her work is a very high frequency, high dimensional, resonant, energetic that breaks some of these trauma bindings that can shift us out of that cellular regeneration to the divine blueprint. I want to share what a few people have been saying. One person, Jana Bower, wrote in and said, "My face is now glowing. My sugar cravings are reduced considerably." This person said, "Dawn's anti-aging work is amazing. I only heard the MP3 once, and my sister-in-law commented how my face was glowing. She couldn't stop going on and on about it, and I had not even told her anything about your program. She has no idea I was just listening to an MP3. The other amazing thing that happened while listening to your hair, skin, and nails MP3, I felt tingling on my scalp, like little bitty things crawling on my head. No joke, my hair is considerably thicker and shinier. All this after listening to the MP3 once." Now, that would sound kind of wild. Here's another lady, Alice. "My skin is softer. The rough patch on my chin is gone, and my nails are finally growing." Another person wrote in, "Wow, right on the money. I feel so much lighter after this clearing. You really pinpointed some issues for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you." So what we're going to do is we're going to open up and help people on the line today. So go ahead and press *2 on your phone, and then we are going to jump in with our guest today, Dawn Crystal. And let's welcome Dawn back to You Wealth Revolution. Dawn, welcome back.
Oh, aloha. Thank you so much, Darius, for this wonderful introduction, and thank you so much for inviting me back to your soul family, Darius. And I just want to say thank you for everybody being here to take their time for this exciting call. Thank you, everybody.
I appreciate it. And, you know, you are, Dawn, part of the soul family, so of course you're welcome. And, of course, you are here. I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that you were sharing with me earlier, and that is this DNA epigenetic frequency that we can hold, but then also the binding frequency that we can also hold if there are traumas in the field. You work in the area of rejuvenation, soul healing, higher dimensional energy. What is maybe one truth that you could share right now about aging and about how we can become regenerative in our life versus the degenerative experiences that many people are feeling?
Well, I just want to say personally from my own life, as many people have read my books, I have not had an easy life, Darius. Even up until 2 years ago, I almost passed away from something traumatic. And everything that I do is based on truth and also just me knowing just my gifts, really. I really accounted to experience of life and also my gifts that are here to not just support my own life, but to support others who are on the journey and that feel on the right vibration, because it's all about vibration, everybody. So basically, I would say with what we're talking about here, especially with epigenetic bonds and stuff, I just want everybody to know that this is just something that science has discovered, basically, Darius, that our difficult experiences mainly come from our ancestors and their poor, I'd like to call it their personality traits that are pretty much passed down. This has been proven, passed down in our DNA, everybody, for 7 generations. And basically what this is I would say, it's saying like 196 years of life experiences from both sides of our family can contribute to not just our life now, really, so as we're really becoming more aware of this. I've definitely been working in this field for a long time. And this basically causes a lot of difficulties in our life, and it does cause degeneration, everybody, because it's there within our DNA. So these epigenetics can cause the DNA in all aspects of ourselves to basically not function. If, we want to, like we're saying, we're manifesting things to happen here, and a lot of times things in our life are not really happening, and we're wondering, what are we doing wrong? And actually, you haven't done anything wrong. It's just something that we are kind of all born into. Everybody has a different level of this, but basically what I do is I have the ability, everybody, to dissolve the negative epigenetic bonds, not the positive ones. We do come in with positive epigenetic bonds. This is tongue twister for me, Darius, from our family. But I have the ability to dissolve the negative bonds and use my own precise frequency, which I call it the highest vibration of light. I'm really connected with the divine creator, and vibration through me, through my voice, and also just my energy to dissolve. I'd like to say I dissolve these negative bonds, which frees up your DNA, okay, for your expression of your life, everybody. Okay, and that is really important because this is deep, but I didn't know what I've been doing this work on myself for years, and you mentioned it too, Darius. I mean, my pictures are glowing, and it's not that I'm sitting here get this perfect touch up or anything, because I don't really even do that. I just have someone go to the beach and take a picture with me at a camera, and those are my headshots, okay? So what I'm trying to say is it's just the vibration, what you could bring in through you, which is, I like to call it your highest version of yourself, everybody. I call it your personal power, and that's what I'll be doing with some of the callers if they call in, is really bringing in more of their light so they can start, and even if they bring a mirror to the phone, Darius, if you're really open to energy work, and a lot of people who feel my energy feel it right away, could start seeing what I'm talking about, these, just coming in and bringing this high frequency that usually doesn't have the expression through our body, because we have all these, traumas that we've incurred. We've talked about a little bit about that. Trauma plays a big role as far as how we age. Yeah, that's true in the physical. But then we also have the deeper part of our being, which is called the epigenetic bonds and our ancestral encoding. And basically what I do is like I said, free your DNA as well from limiting negative bonds. So you can basically, everybody, live a greater, healthier, freer, better body the way you want to design it to be looking, instead of just the way that you just kind of just settled for without, like I said, any trauma, any surgeries that you need to do to change yourself, which is natural, 100% natural. Yeah. And it's your life, everybody. And this is something that stays with you for the rest of your life. So I'm very passionate about this.
I know, and what I'm very excited about when you mention this is the epigenetic and DNA component. As we were getting ready today, some words popped into my mind as I was going through this, and we just talked about it. And what came through was this idea of this quantum DNA reorganizing. And, when I thought about reorganizing, you just said it, that we can literally have an epigenetic binding on our DNA that causes it to behave in a certain way. And now we're going to reorganize this to the regeneration frequencies. Dawn, what causes the binding?
Yeah.
What do you see? You said something ancestral.
Oh, it's definitely.
What type of ancestral situations, perceptions, maybe even past experiences would cause a binding, if you will?
Oh, absolutely. A lot that I found, even just in my own life of working on myself, because I do a lot of past lifetime clearings with myself and my clients.
Okay.
It's just a lot of our ancestral hardships. You know, our ancestral part of our ancestors, I'd like to say, didn't live in this perfect, you know, 3D beautiful world that we live in with all the modern necessities. So a lot of them even starved just from having lack of food seasonally. We're talking about just past lifetime traumas, everybody, of being killed. Okay? And if they're not resolved, unfortunately, it stays within our DNA and our I call it our epigenetics, and that actually affects certain parts of us. And I like to say it because I know how it works with the families. Some of us will come in with some of this, more of this heavier energy from our ancestors, which I was one of them out of the children, all the kids that were my family, because I like to call myself, maybe I signed up for this before I came here, I call myself also an old soul. So, you know, a lot of us, I like to say, before we even come to planet Earth, everybody, we make some kind of agreement to help not only heal ourselves in this lifetime, but we're also healing our whole family ancestral line, which is a beautiful thing. But I like to say, Darius, when we get here, things kind of don't always work out smoothly, and we realize, boy, it's a lot harder than I thought before we get here. So, you know, but we did sign up for it, so there's no victimhood here, everybody. But some of us do have heavier stuff, and I do know because I was one of those people who had the very heavy load, not just to clear my own trauma from this lifetime, everybody, and my own health issues that I've had, but also just to help heal the family. And that's something that I realize now that's what I signed up for. So it's powerful because it's changing our DNA structures. It's actually, like you said, I like to use the word regeneration. Right. A lot of times, a lot of energies could go back into degeneration. We don't want to do that. Okay. So we really want to align ourselves, everybody, to, I call it our own divine original, I call it aligning to our original divine blueprint of perfect health. And it actually is there. And a lot of people think that's a big word. It's like, yeah, what's all that? But there is truth to it, because I would say for my age now, I'm looking more anti-aging than I did, even 15 years ago. I was looking pretty haggard. Okay. Just from my own stress of my life.
Let's talk about that, because it's hard for me to imagine you looking haggard or tired. What was going on? Explain, if you went back 15 years. People may not be familiar with the full extent of everything. What was going on physically, and then actually in your world, but then also what do you think was going on epigenetically as well?
Well, I think the epigenetics were always there. They were covered, because at that time I was dealing with more of my physical reality, which was trauma. And I explained this over and over, and I won't go too much into the story because it could go on for hours. But I grew up with a lot of trauma, everybody, from day one of my life. And number one, just started with not having parents together, not being loved, and all that, and being abused, okay, not just verbally, all different, and abused and neglected. So I went through that until I could actually leave my household. And I had, I just watched pretty much my whole family pretty much pass away from drugs and alcohol. I had all that in front of me. So I really came from a family that was really screwed up, okay? So I think, and again, I didn't know that at the time, but that was my training, what I had to go through to really clear myself up into where I'm at now in middle age that I am. And I cleared, I'm not saying that our work is never done, everybody. As long as we're in physical body, we're expanding, we're going to be doing work, even if it's going into our life in this lifetime. But there I looked very depressed. I was tired. I look at pictures of myself, even when I was in grammar school, Darius. I was like the kid that looked in the pictures like, oh my God, the kid looked tired. My eyes were droopy. I just barely looked like I was alive. I mean, most kids were all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, all happy in their little pictures, and I was the one that was sitting there like, oh my goodness. And I look at it thinking, oh my gosh, I had such a heavy load on me, and I didn't even know it until I really started clearing it.
We've seen, anybody ever seen, and they're beautiful children, and they're amazing, but you ever see a child that looks like they're old inside. There's something emanating where there's a drain on the life force, and the child looks old without being old. They're young, but there's an old look to the child, and so I can sense that. And then that became some other challenges. Many people may not know you were homeless for a time. You had tremendous challenges. Let's talk a little bit about that and how it changed.
I went through 2 divorces in my life, everybody. I lived like everybody else, and my second marriage was not good. But at that time, I just pretty much, I would say I was very much at that time, because I had a spiritual awakening at that time where I was really strongly guided. to really leave my life, because my life with that second marriage was really just taking me out. And I was married to an alcoholic, was really, really abusive. So at that time is when I left my life, and I was really guided to just say, just give everything away. And that's what I did. And I just want everybody to know I was pretty wealthy. I had businesses. I had a lot to walk away from. That was my test. It wasn't like, I just walked away from a job. I actually owned a couple of successful businesses. I started myself. But I walked away, gave it all to whatever, my ex, and I came. I was living out of the Hawaiian Islands out of a car, everybody, for about 6 months, just surviving, living in the moment. That's how I really learned to get really strong in my spiritual, I guess I call it my connection with really hearing, because I'm a medical intuitive and I'm also a soul reader, but with my own divine self. Connection was when I was the lowest part of my life, Darius. This was trading, which I didn't know. But I was living out of a car eating off the dollar menu at McDonald's, and please bless McDonald's. I'm not saying anything negative, because that dollar menu kept me alive for 6 months, because I had to pawn certain parts of my, I brought jewelry or whatever I had. I had to go to pawn shops every day to pawn money in order for me to be able to eat. That's how really low I was. Okay? But at that time is when I started getting my guidance really strongly, because look, either I was going to sink or swim, right? So I decided to swim. And that took me to where I'm at today, because obviously from there, I worked on myself, and I really started, I like to say, embody is the word at that time. I was embodying who I was, which was my divine self. And I wouldn't have been able to do that before that, because honestly, it was a little bit too much of my ego. I've had many jobs in this lifetime, and I've been in law enforcement as well, Darius. So I can tell you, that was my survival. Yeah, I was in law enforcement, for a while. And that was just my survival, okay? So I had to be crushed down like an ant, pretty much everybody, in homelessness, in order for me to be here today, everybody, with authenticity here. We're talking to you, not from a book, but from my own life experience and how I healed myself. And that's, of course I have these great, beautiful gifts, and I got them basically not overnight. It was just a process of me really surrendering more into who I am. And it would not have happened if I didn't go into homelessness. I'm just being truthful.
Yeah. Now you shifted all of that and began healing people right there on the beach, bringing in very high frequency sounds and light coding. When you look at your life, what did you do? There may be people here, maybe they are in a similar state emotionally, maybe they're not dealing with the homelessness, maybe they will, maybe someone who will hear this is homeless, I don't know.
Yeah.
But what did you start bringing in? What started coming in that, if we could say, started to break those epigenetic bindings on you? What was it? What was the first thing, Dawn? What was the first thing?
Really discovering my gift. It's a great question here. Discovering my gift. Because my gift of sound was weird to me at first, and it just came out of being at the lowest part of my life, which was pretty much sitting on the beach, okay? Just trying to save gas because I couldn't drive my car. I didn't have enough gas to even go anywhere except my next spot where I was going to camp for the night. So that's where I started healing myself, because my sounds came through me. And, of course people on the beach were sitting with me. I mean, this is a really crazy, outrageous thing, but people would sit with me over 25 years ago. And they were loving it. But again, that wasn't when people really opened to spirituality either. It was kind of weird back then. But I was clearing myself, okay? And that's when I started realizing, I have something here within me to heal me. And that's what I worked on myself. I mean, I to this day use my work to work on myself. And, it's transformed me, okay? I'm not even the same person anymore. Those were my humble beginnings. But you know what? I bless every part of my life, including them. Even my childhood I bless, because it's all been a stepping stone in where I'm at now. I mean, I have so much wisdom and so much compassion towards people, and I know right away when I have clients where to go with them. And of course, my strong connection with my soul, everybody, is really what I have, okay? I've embodied it, and that's what I help my clients do, is embody their highest version of themselves. You want to call it your soul, your highest vibration, your personal power. That's what I bring, and I radiate that. And, of course, I have this strong connection to the divine creator. I'm not bringing in a modality here. I'm just bringing in pure, divine, sacred vibration from the divine creator. That's all I do, and bring people back to their true self. And once people start feeling their true self, it's like an awakening, okay? And of course, we're talking today about, healthy, sexy body parts. This is all part of it, working, and then we get into deeper. We're working with our DNA, because a lot of us are still stuck like I was until I really know how to work with my epigenetics and my DNA. A lot of us just keep doing work, go on diet. And obviously, It may work a little bit for some people, but then you bounce back. A lot of people tell me, the only way they can lose weight is they have to starve themselves, and that's not really the answer. Do you know what I'm saying,
Okay.
Darius?
Okay.
So it's really about making the shifts, these are permanent shifts, everybody. And you change your life that way instead of going on a fad diet. It may work for a while or whatever you want to do, because we all want to, we want to feel good in our bodies. I'm being very real. We still live in a physical body. We want to look and feel good too, don't we? For the rest of our life, I'm not being shallow. I'm being real, honest. I do too. Okay.
Right. Well, I always said, and I said this when we started the call, and it's kind of a funny thing. Everybody, wants to connect all these higher realms and get all this spiritual wisdom from the non-physical.
Right.
But the truth is, we came to the world to experience the physicality of the world.
Thank you.
In our bodies, in our vehicles, and all of the things that you cannot do as a spirit being, you can do in this body, which will be very special when you ultimately leave. You'll say, gosh, I kind of want to come back. I enjoyed that part.
Yeah.
And bringing that in, one of the things that you uncovered is something called the cellular youth frequencies that are rejuvenation frequencies. Tell us, first of all, for people that don't know your work, what you do with the voice and the downloads. What are they doing, and what are they doing in the bodies of people? Yeah.
Well, they're obviously bringing in high frequency renewing, just kind of, I like to call it upping or upgrading your divine blueprint, of course, where you're at now, but also I like to say I'm always bringing in higher frequency of anti-aging and youth frequencies, which are all based on just upgrading you so there's no agelessness, okay? Because that's a human belief that we have to age and we have to, look a certain way, we have to feel a certain way at a certain age. That's all human belief. So what I do is just kind of clear the whole spectrum of just that whole belief of what, why can't we? If you look at biblically, and I'm not trying to bring in any religion here, but people in the Bible used to live what, hundreds of years? I'm just saying, just in general. So, I know that we could shift that. I know we could shift our frequency in order for us to live the way we want to live for the rest of our lifetime. I'm not going to say we're not going to have problems, okay? Like you just said, Darius, I have to say I used to be one of those people, Darius, who used to live outside my body to escape. Does that make sense? Most of my life as a child, I used to escape my body. So I know all about leaving the body and floating up there somewhere up in the ethers and not being in the body. That's not really life, okay? It's great and all. Go do some, what do you call that? That's all fun and games to do that. But really, in reality, like you just said, you really hit it on the nails, Darius. We came in this lifetime to live an experience in our physical body. Our souls are yearning for this. There's so many souls on the other side up there, that want to come into physical body to experience this, but there's not enough bodies for them to come. So this is like a gift to be in our body, even though we live the pain. But this is what part of our I like to call it our soul's evolution is. We evolve from low vibration to get to enlightenment, okay? In some ways we use that word. But we have to go through the sludge, okay? And that's part of the experience, because that's what really humbled me in my life, Darius, is I didn't get to this humble state of compassion and really having this keen sense and this really knowing how to work with groups of people or an individual person. If I was just floating in outer space saying, I'm just going to go up there and astral plane a little bit.
Right.
No.
Right.
I had to teach myself in my inner child that it was safe to be in my body. I was never safe in my body. Okay? And then from doing my trauma work and doing all this work, DNA upgrading, I worked with my inner child enough to show them that it is safe and this is where we need to be in this lifetime so we can actually experience heaven on earth in our bodies. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's what we're doing here. Got it.
All right.
There we go.
And so what we are going to be plugging into today and what your work is about is these divine blueprint rejuvenation frequencies. Give me real quick, Dawn, when we look at what frequencies age us or cause an accelerated decline or cause the body's harmonics and energetics to be out of balance so that the body, kind of like I mentioned earlier, that plant that should be growing in the sun is really just stuffed in a dark closet so that it experiences this entropy. What are these frequencies that cause this acceleration the other way? What would you label them? What would you call them? What are they?
Oh, well, it's a lot of different things, Darius. It's not just one thing. But I can tell you, we're living in this world of 5G, cell phones.
Well, 5G we are.
Okay, but that's also, I'm talking, I cover that in everything I do.
Yeah.
It's, we're living in a physical environment that is not helping us, okay, to anti-age because we're working with environmental stressors, okay? Cell phones, radiation. Radiation is huge where I live in the Hawaiian Islands. Do you know, Darius, I have to clear myself like every couple of days from radiation here? Yeah. And California is another big place. And I'm not trying to put people in fear, but I'm just talking about environmental. That's part of it. And of course, we're talking about DNA and also trauma. Everything accumulates after a while. A lot of times, you know, we can stuff our stuff down so low and not really want to see it. And then after a while, knock, things just kind of get a little uncomfortable. Maybe sometimes we get a little pain in our bodies. Knock, our soul's ready to do some work to unearth this stuff. And a lot of us sometimes keep pushing it down. They don't want to see it. They make themselves more busy. I know people who work 3 jobs who don't want to see their stuff. And that's fine. There's no judgment. That's just where they're at. But most of us on your call, Darius, are here people who want to awaken and really know who they are, want to know their divine gifts, want to feel good in their body. They want to look the way they want to look. And they want to be connected with really who they are, you know, and a lot of us are searching for this, and it's really not that hard, you know. But we do need to kind of clear the sludge. I call it the heavy sludge that we come in with, and this is what we're talking about today and this whole thing, even about the sexy body parts here, and really uncovering who we are, okay? Yeah. And then we become, wow, okay, and it's really, I mean, I could do this in minutes. You know, a lot of times, you know, people call in and they start feeling this energy. It's like, this isn't la-la land. I'd like to call this is who you are. And I'm just a gifted healer. I'm really a gifted healer who could bring that to people so they could start really knowing the difference between what they're really not and what they are, okay? Yes. So that's really pretty much it, you know?
Okay. Well, we're going to be opening up some of these frequencies. I know people are definitely wanting to experience it. What are some of your favorite stories, Dawn, before we do that? I know I've got quite a few that I've been reading, all sorts of things from emotional wounds to skin changing, nails growing, hair shifting. Yeah. Another person said, I started losing weight, 4 pounds in just 2 days. What are some, I mean, what's going on here? What are some of the ones that you've enjoyed?
Well, I obviously am not being truthful. I just enjoy really helping people get to the next level, which really most people come to me just to feel a sense of peace in their bodies, Darius. These days, this time we're living in, the uncertainty we're living in, and really grounding in your light and really clearing out some of this sludge. And this is just with pretty much everybody. I'm just talking about just the heaviness and the stuff that's not us. And people start getting a smile on their face and they start laughing a little bit. A lot of times I work with people and they just start laughing or they start like they have a smile and they're like, I don't know why I'm feeling happy. And that's really something they probably never even felt their whole life. Do you know what I'm saying? But do you see how I'm making it so simple? And it's really so powerful. Do you know, Darius, I went through my whole life being numb. I'm very sensitive now, but I went through half my life being so numb, being so unhappy. I didn't even giggle. I didn't even have it in me to even have a giggle or anything. I used to force it. And that's how I lived most of my life. So when I started coming into my life, my personal power coming into my body and feeling these moments of, I don't know if it's euphoria, but just feeling me, really, your true self, I was like, wow, that was like the best gift anybody could give me. Really. Which is so simple, right?
Absolutely. So, absolutely. And the other thing that comes from this, and you saw it in your own life, is this happiness, this rejuvenation, regeneration, frequency, brings in abundance, possibilities, all sorts of new avenues that go beyond just how we may think we look or how we feel. So with that, I want to go to maybe some live callers. I know people love this part of the call, so let's do that, and we're going to go to some live callers. So if you've been having a challenge or you need some help, we're going to go to Dolores. She's in Dayton, Ohio. Dolores, how can we help you today? You're live with Dawn Crystal. We're going to be getting a taster of some of her work.
Thank you, Darius. I'm so grateful and appreciative. And thank you, Dawn. I'm so honored.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
how may we serve you?
Well, I've got several things I've been dealing with. And I've been going through a lot of ascension symptoms, I think, like a lot of people are. But I've been having problems with my heart and blood pressure, high blood pressure.
Yeah.
And I've taken
that's part of it.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. And taken off 10 pounds and lost muscle weight. So I guess I keep hearing that's part of ascension too. So, but I want to put weight back on, and I want to get this heart and blood pressure under control.
Yeah. So we don't want to resist it. Number one, what we resist persists. I'm not trying to be, that's what your soul comes through. And it's out of love for you, okay? So I'm not saying it to be negative, okay? But also, Dolores, I'm just kidding. Can I connect with you on a soul level? Because that's how I get my information.
Yes.
Okay, so your soul tells me this. All I can say is what I get. So I don't know anything about your life. Oh, did you have a voice as a child?
Have a voice? Did you say voice?
A voice as a child to express.
Okay, yeah.
No, I didn't. I was sexually abused by my father.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. And I'm sorry, but this went on for a while.
Yes.
Okay, we need to clear some of this today. I want to send love and light to your inner child. Dolores, please know you're really brave for coming out here, and I just want you to know one thing here right now. What you're doing here by speaking this and helping somebody else, because anybody else on the call can say yes to this healing that I'm going to do with Dolores. Anybody, we're a group collective.
Yes.
You're helping somebody else here on the call, okay? So thank you, Dolores, for being brave to say that. Would you be allow me to, what age of you was around that time when this was happening?
I was quite young. I keep hearing
okay.
around 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure. It's really not in my memory.
Well, it isn't. It's been how can I put it? It's just kind of pushed down because it was too painful. But let's just go ahead and bring in some energy of light, because part of, you are going through ascension symptoms. Absolutely. And the heart thing, a lot of it has to do with some really deep emotion that I want to start clearing for you today. There's nothing wrong with your heart, and I'm not a doctor, okay? So please follow your doctor, okay? That's number one. I work on the energetics, the root cause of the problems. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so please understand what I'm saying here. Let's just work on that and see how you feel. Are you sensitive to energy work?
Most of the time.
Okay, well, would you be willing to try some energy of light from the Divine Creator to come in to assist you? And I want to bring in some light of healing to that young part of your child that just kind of freeze-framed as what I'm seeing her in that time space, and bring you back into wholeness, because that part of your being has branched off, and that's part of you coming into your power. We need to bring that in with you, especially when you're ascending, okay?
Yes, thank you.
All right, let's do that now. So just receive these frequencies, and just say yes, and anybody else on the call who's feeling similar, and let's just see how you feel. So let's begin. You ready? Let's begin.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it's a lot there, but let's just work as much as we can. And these are called mini sessions. First, I'm going to clear your crown chakra. You're very blocked. So tell me if you felt that release. That's just a heavy energy that's blocking your divine self from coming in the body. So it's lifting right now. And just let it go. You might get dizzy, but it's okay. Just for a moment. Bring that 5 to 6-year-old into your heart space with your divine self, clearing the trauma, bringing safety to her. She didn't feel safe. In that time, she didn't even know how to talk to anybody about this. So let's just bring the light into her heart. Do you allow me to heal your inner child right now, Dolores?
Yes.
Okay, I want you to feel this. Bringing her into your heart space so they can actually feel the light of who they are and the safety and the love that wants to come to them. And let's clear this trauma. I'm bringing him right now. Clearing this bit deep. It's safe. Let it go. You'll never have to go through this again. Bring energy and light into your muscles and your body for regeneration, as we were talking about earlier. Regeneration of DNA. Can you feel the love and light coming into your heart?
I feel some vibration in my body.
Yeah, well, it's coming into your heart to assist that child. I'm just letting her know she's okay to let it go.
I feel it in my head.
What'd you say?
I'm feeling it in my head.
Well, it's leaving. It's energy releasing. So you're you're getting more and more sensitive is what I'm feeling. You're becoming more awake. So just know that this is good. And the more you're on this path, the more you're going to feel in your body. Does that make sense? And what I'm doing is I'm clearing the parts of you that were just kind of disconnected from that trauma, so you can actually start feeling good. I'm working on your heart, too, because you had those palpitations. So part of it was the trauma, okay? I'm not saying all of it, but some of it. A lot of it. Bring energy and light to your muscles. And all parts of your meridian systems are kind of blocked with your lymphatic system. Clearing it out. Coming out through the light through your head, so everything is flowing up and out. clearing your shoulders that are tight and your spine. You should start feeling lighter now. Bring your personal power and light to your feet as well. To planet Earth. Okay, this is coming in the way you can receive it. Take a deep breath, Dolores, and tell me what you're becoming aware of.
Dolores, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Dolores?
Okay, bless you. Bless you.
When I took the deep breath, I could just feel energy.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of energy coming into you right now that you're probably not really been feeling before, but I just want to get a sense if you could feel even some energy starting to come into your feet that was not there before, because you didn't have a whole flow of energy circulating through your meridians and stuff. You know, it was kind of stagnated, and that's, you know, causing a little bit of a depletion, you know, because your heart and also just coming through the body system. So can you just become aware of your body and see if you can aware of any tingling sensation going through your body or any energy, life force, because it might be subtle if you're just kind of waking up to this.
Yeah, I do.
Everybody's
feel
different.
In my feet, I do feel energy in my feet.
Yeah. Okay. Do you feel that there's a sense of lightness starting to happen on your heart slightly? Because that's what's coming in right now. It's just a deep healing and renewal that was kind of heavy there before.
Okay.
I say that I'm actually feeling that at the moment. Not saying that I probably won't.
No, the thing is you're just kind of waking up. And I'm talking about waking up to feeling. Because I have to say, Dolores, I was one that lived my whole life not feeling anything. Okay? So just know it's a process. Did you take any, I just cleared out a lot of heavy sludge on you, and I'm not saying right or wrong. Did you take the COVID shot? Just curious. I
did.
Yeah, okay, that's the problem. Yeah, I've been doing these clearings on people. Please don't think it's bad or good, because I'm not going to bring in that here. But when I've been clearing on you, even working on you, was a lot of sludge in your lymphatics. And please don't, just always follow your heart on what you do, but I've been doing a lot of clearing with people just on the sludge of that. It's not so much the shot as I don't want to get into that. It's more or less the frequency of how soon you took the shots, because you took a couple of them, right?
Yeah, I had them both, and then I had the one booster.
Yeah, that's a lot. Well, that's a lot to have in a very short period of time. So what I did was I left the good and kind of cleared out the bad, if that's okay with you.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes, thank you. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful and appreciative.
Wow. Yeah, well, I have the ability to do that. But this COVID shot, Darius, it really has mucked people up. And it's not, and I just don't want to bring that totally in is those people call, but I also want to let you know the truth of what I'm seeing, because I'm like an x-ray machine. I see everything when I'm working with people. But if I see heavy sludge that is in the way people's kind of feeling, it's kind of affected our spiritual sense. Just know that it's leaving, Dolores, because that's what your soul wanted, and I honored that, okay?
Good. Fantastic. I wanted that too. I wanted that too.
Oh,
okay, good.
Wow.
Well, I'm able to do that. That's part of my work.
Okay.
But I just want you to know that your soul says I'm complete with it. So always follow your heart on what you do in the future if they come out with any more. Because if your soul says it's complete, of course I work in the moment. It means it's totally complete. Okay.
Okay. All right. This is very cool, and I want to go to another caller. And I love, you work with what comes in. And, of course, this is the key, right? I mean, everyone's body's going to do different things. So if you see something not moving, flowing, go for it.
Yes, I do.
Eileen is in Twin Cities. I know she wants some Dawn Crystal today. We all want some Dawn Crystal energy. She's on fire. I mean, you got to love Dawn Crystal. I mean, she's like a dynamo. How can we help you today?
But, Darius, I'm very realistic. It's not about a show here. I really want to help people. So some people who have heavy sludge on them, they're not going to – it's like wearing heavy coats. We have to clear the heavy coats in order for people to feel. That's just the way it is,
Amen. That's right.
Yeah.
Hi, Don. Hi, Don.
Hi.
Don, I bought your package, I think, the last time Darius had you on. And so I had a one-on-one. And when you were working with me, I think you said I'm being, like, supercharged, something to the effect of supercharged healer. And what I'm asking help on is today I gave notice for a job I had for 2 weeks that was with a very large university in my cities, and it was so rough for me. It made me so sick in just 2 weeks, so I had to be super brave and unplug from the system, and that's kind of been my whole thing with my family, was they never understood why I couldn't just plug into the 9 to 5. So I feel good about it. It was really hard to make the decision, and it usually affects my gut. So I'm just seeing if you can strengthen me to step into and believe whatever God's doing with me. I have some gifts of intuition, and I have a modality, a couple that I've learned, but don't really know how to get past the blocks of actually working in it.
Well, you're doing it. Okay, so your soul's coming in, Eileen. Is it okay if I look? Your soul comes in right away. You're definitely in line with what you're doing, and you know what, beyond a shadow of doubt, we just have to help the inner child come on board. You know, of course you're living in the unknown. It's like, you know, I explained a little bit about life. We're all tested at times, and that's just part of how we become stronger. It's like if we belt ourselves so tight in life and don't experience life, how do we grow, right? So you just did a big step towards the right direction. You feel it's right, but you're a little wobbly. So yeah, I would like to bring in more of your personal power and light, and that's what I'd like to do. I do with all the callers. Even just to feel more of what your decision, so we have all it reinforced in you, so there's no wobbliness, okay? And you move forward into your new gifts, because that's what you're being prepared for. A new gift, a new way of life that's beyond your mind and your ego trying to figure it out, because it's so beyond that. It's the unknown, which could be a little scary for the ego, okay?
Right. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, you ready? You ready for some energy sound? Do you feel my energy? I was just curious.
I have in the past when I've worked with you, yes.
Okay. Yeah, some people do feel, some people don't, some people kind of, sort of, and I totally respect everything still works in the divine order that you can receive it, so there's no right or wrong, okay? So let's go into bringing in some light and sound to really anchor this, because you did the right decision. So coming from me, I can tell you wholeheartedly your soul is like jumping for joy what you did. But now we need to get all parts of you together so you're not wobbly, okay?
Yep.
So you can start hearing your next steps, whatever it may be for you. And you'll just kind of know, just like you knew to leave the job, you're sick to your stomach, and after you did it, there was a sense of relief, but then you said your physical ego mind came in and said, oh my God, what did I just do? You left some stability, you know?
Right.
Okay, let's go ahead and bring it in. Ready? Let's do a little clearing here. And that's for anybody else on the call who wants this energy as well. Let's bring in the light of who you are to planet Earth. So I'm clearing a lot of heavy energy off everybody's crown chakra. I just released that. Did you feel that?
Fine, working that way.
Well, it's leaving. So we're just lifting that out so you have a clear connection with the divine. You might feel a little dizzy here for a minute. I'm going to bring all ages of you together. So this parts of your being there a little bit off to the side. All of you from birth and conception back in your heart space. So you're with your divine self, your soul. Tell me if you feel this. There's some parts of your inner child crying. I'm going to help them. There they go. Clearing up some of this energy, frustration. Maybe it was years of this job. Coming out of your lower chakras. Some anger. Could be at somebody. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Can you feel a sense of calm and peace coming into your center right now?
Yes. Yes.
Because that's your inner child. She was kind of off to the side. One's crying. One's like, oh my God, oh my God. So I'm bringing you all back so you can be one vessel to hear your next steps. Clearing out all this fear energy. Leaving now the fear. Clearing your shoulders that are tight. Feel that. Could you feel your shoulders loosening? Because it was tight.
Yeah, just right.
Yeah, they just clicked. You were a little bit, your neck was out of alignment. I just brought your neck back into alignment. Your back vertebrae. Your spine. You're loosening up the spine very tight. Your spine's getting loose now, finally. Bring your personal power into planet Earth. Your light. This is your gift right now. Receive this gift of you, of you. And I'm also bringing anti-aging frequencies because we are talking about this today. Upgrading DNA. Okay, take a deep breath. It's kind of subtle, but the energy is coming in to assist you. Eileen, tell me how you're feeling.
I'm feeling it, and when you said anti-aging, I right away saw I was abused from the womb forward, and so I didn't want to be younger, so I wasn't letting your program work. And then when you said something about a former job, it was enslavement. I was here under a kind of a curse to be enslaved, and I've been working to break that. Those were the biggest I felt. The only other question was, would you look at what's binding me, because I have full body pain and 100 and some pounds overweight, and that would be awesome.
What's your body pain? Because a lot of it was your inner child. You have a saboteur that I just cleared. We all have saboteurs.
Saboteur, okay.
Yeah. But where's your pain? Where's your pain?
It's IT bands and like belly button down.
Where?
No circulation.
IT bands. I'm working on it. Yeah. Did you have to shot it all?
No, thankfully.
Okay, good. Okay, perfect. Okay, well, I mean, I don't want to say nothing. I just want to ask you because then I have to go to a different level.
But I
do clear that.
I had a lot of chemical poisoning in the abuse that was done. It was a lot of chemical poisoning.
Well, you have some pharmaceuticals I'm clearing. Okay, let me do that now. Be aware of your lower body because I'm getting your lymphatics going here, okay? And this is for anybody on the call as well, because this is a group collective. There it goes. There it goes. How is that feeling?
Yeah, I feel really blessed.
Yeah, it's leaving, let it go. It's like almost like your saboteur doesn't want to feel good. And I just kind of brought her in the light.
Oh.
It's okay, we all have those.
Okay.
It's just kind of like, sometimes we just up against a wall. That's what you had going on there. But I'm working on that right now. Okay, I've got a lot of good flow coming through your body right now. Your lymphatics are finally starting to move. Clearing out the heavy sludge of old pharmaceuticals. That's also anti-aging, by the way.
Right.
It's very anti-aging. Your belly button's clearing. That's some trauma. I did a very good job right now on the call, clearing it in case somebody else on the call here needs this. Oh, that's good. Take a deep breath. How's that feel now? That's good.
Yeah, I've been unwinding the button, and then you said it, so that was cool. I think they put stuff through the umbilical cord. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's okay. Well, you know what? I work on so many different levels with a person that it's just whatever's coming up in the moment. So I don't cookie cut my work. That's what's really beautiful. What I do is I could tune into what everybody needs, and I can also tune into a group. But I worked on some really deep levels today because you're ready to move forward into your new life, which is so exciting. But you just had some little I call it just little things in the way. Okay, but we're all going to have this at times. Life is going to have those little bleeps and those little bumps in the road, but just know we have to stay loving with ourselves and try to stay in acceptance and just not try to hate everything because that actually blocks things up more, okay?
Right. I just want to give feedback to the callers, too. When I first heard you were doing a group activation. I think it was to connect us to divine, and I would have already thought I was with 20 years of work, and you did a sound, and I started to sob because I felt the connection happen, and I, again, thought I had already been connected. So I just want to, give you positive feedback on that. And then Darius, I got kicked off the call. I raised my hand right away at like 2:45, and I got kicked off. And I thought, no, I'm getting back on there. And so thank you for picking me because I was fighting like, no energy. I'm getting on that call.
Yeah. Oh, bless you, Eileen. You're such a powerful being, and we always love to have you. And so absolutely. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you so much. Yeah, our Summer line's been doing weird things lately, so I'm almost thinking it may be time to look at something else. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but if you're on, great. And Dawn, I want to ask you about the saboteurs. I want to ask you a little bit about how you see energy, and then I want to move to the group process that you selected for today. You mentioned something about a saboteur. Is that like our inner child that is not expecting, like the worst, and then, it's
Yeah.
You're going to create that. What is that you're seeing?
It's part of our ego. It's part of our safety net that we've created within ourselves, and it's just the way I perceive it because I had it myself. I've been working on that on myself for years because part of it, when I'm about ready to shift up to a higher vibration, sometimes this part of my being that's really in fear will come in and try to, that was kind of like my survival. And
like
all
the
of us
pain
have a
body
different...
or fear body,
exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Like, no.
It is.
Yes. Yes.
No, I'm not ready. I'm not sure about that. This is the unknown. I'm going to be wiped out. I'll never have a voice again. That part of our being that just feels like it's been in control so long. And then when our divine essence starts coming in, that part of us seems it's going to be ramrolled or taken over, which in reality that's never happened because there's always free will in every moment. And I can tell you, even going up in the vibration levels that I've gone through all the years, if my soul was very loving and if all parts of me were not on board, I just didn't go up to the high vibration. I had to work on those areas, and it was very frustrating because a part of me is, yes, I want to be enlightened. Yes, I want to be at my highest vibration. I'm just sick of this. But then there's part of my... I had to go back and do the work in order to get all parts of my being on board. Otherwise, our soul doesn't just come in and ramroll us. It wants us on board, so it's very loving. So that part of her being was just sticking its head up. It was just causing a little fuss in her, and I saw it. And just brought it into light. And then once it heals, and I'm not saying there's going to be not another part of her that's going to come up. I mean, we're in physical body. We're going to be expanding and growing. And we're going to have this come up in times. But it's to be loving with it as best as you can and have acceptance and love and just patience.
I love that. Absolutely. I want to jump to the process here, and then we'll talk a little bit more about how you see energy, how you perceive it, how it comes in to you, because we do have some amazing opportunities for folks who may want to work with Dawn. She's got only 25 spaces, though, because she's becoming so popular. So we're going to talk about how you see energy and callers and all of that in a moment. Tell us what you're going to do today and maybe why you chose this, because here...
Do you have the name? Yeah, I don't have the name of that. Do you have that?
Rev up your metabolism process to cleanse and revive the organs and body systems to experience more energy. But if you are feeling something from the audience today, because I know it's always different when you get on the calls and we all change, you can add, move in, or do whatever you feel is in the highest realm for everyone here today. So go for whatever you feel, Dawn. You're the master.
I'm a humbled man. I'm a humble person. I'm a servant, really, to my divine self. So, you know me, dearest, and not my ego. But I just want to say, I just know just what we came out of this last year and a half. It's just been a really heavy time for a lot of us, okay? Sludge, and again, I don't want to bring in negativity. So, some of us have taken some shots, and they're fine. Some of us are okay with it. Some of us are not. So what I'm going to do today is just because we're talking about sexy body parts and really getting our body back online, right? So we can also upgrade our DNA, but we want to get the systems of our body flowing freely. So this way our body, our metabolism and all parts of our being can work in alignment together, right? Not just separately, because part of us having a sexy, healthy body is being healthy, right? So it's not just one part of us, right? So I really felt like to go maybe into some of the organs today and really start reconnecting some of our parts of our being, like our stomach, our intestines, our heart, some of the major parts of our body, our kidneys, our lungs, because a lot of that, depending on your trauma and stuff, some of us are neglected in certain areas, and I've worked with a couple people here who didn't have a voice growing up, and a lot of that has to affect our lungs and even our heart. So I just want to kind of reconnect some of our areas of our body and just, I call it a cellular renewal, really. This is just a cellular renewal integration for everybody. And, of course, this is going to go ahead and work on the DNA, upgrading your genetic and your imprints of your genetics, but also your DNA coding. So let's just go into it. And just first I'm going to do is just do some sound, everybody. And this is just, it's not the longest, but it's a very powerful activation. So please know, because I don't really spend a lot of time on things. I just bring in the light and the activations. And, of course, drink some water, everybody, afterwards, because your body will probably do a little detox, okay? And then it goes on for a couple of days. And just know that that's just the way it is. It's going to work the way everybody is designed here to work. So this way we're honoring the way our body functions, and we're not going to cause any stress to ourselves, okay? Because we don't want to do that either. Yeah. So, some of us like to work on the skin and stuff, but I really feel to go deeper today, Darius, because of what's needed right now. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. So we're going to go more into the deeper part of our body, which is still renewal. It's all going to help with our sexy body parts, I promise you, everybody. But we just need to get the systems and all our organs working harmoniously, okay? This is literally a deep clearing and healing for people, okay? Is that good with you, Darius?
100%. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Okay. Wonderful. Let's start just some little sound, and the sound is just going to start opening people up to receive your high frequency true self and the divine creator energy, whatever your word is for creator, divine source, creator, God, whatever it is, to come in and assist as well. Let's start at the top of our head, everybody, just making some sound there, and I'm going to make my little nice yelpy sound. I make that quick sound, and that's just releasing energy, heavy energy for a lot of people. So just know it's part of it. So let's just do it right now, and then we're going to bring in more light into the body, and then I'm going to have you focus on certain areas of your body while I'm bringing in high frequency energy renewal for everybody, okay, and clearing as well. So let's start at the top of our head and just follow along as best as you can. Please stay seated, everybody, and please don't drive a car right now. So let's begin right now with some sound. Top of your head, everybody. Up at the head, everything's starting to move up. Sorry about that. This just cleared a ton of energy for everybody. And I'm sorry if you're dizzy, but this is what has to happen in order for things to move. Just imagine everything's flowing, start to flow up from your stomach, everybody, up through all the way up through your crown chakra into the light, getting things moving through you, loosening up from all your stomach, your organs, your intestines. We're just going to start moving energy up from your stomach in case there's some trapped emotions where everything's still flowing up into the light above your head through your crown chakra. Just for a minute. Loosening up people's shoulders, spine, just loosening things up. What needs to be released is releasing through your crown chakra right now from your stomach up. Let it go. No longer serves you. Okay, I just want everybody to take a deep breath in between these activations into the belly or stomach area. Nothing forced. An easy, effortless release on the out breath. Just a nice little ha breath. Okay, so I want to bring in more light since we just created some space. There is energy leaving, so please, everybody will be detoxing maybe for a day or so. It's perfectly normal when we're clearing out heavy sludge, okay? I want to bring in a more light before we go into the system. So let's just bring in the light of divineness of who you are from your crown chakra, coming in from the divine creator, filling you up from the inside. I'm explaining it first before I bring in the sound. Coming in from your head, filling you up from the inside of you, from your head all the way down, from your head, from your brain, and it's coming in through your cells. It's renewing your stem cells, all your cells, your DNA. It's coming in through your chest. It's going through your back. It's coming down all your stomach area, intestines, just filtering through your organ systems. Down your back if it hurts. Make sure you get the back. Down your thighs, down your calves and your feet, and it's going to ground down to the center of Mother Earth. This is coming in the opposite way, the natural way, the way it comes in from the ground chakra. We're bringing in more light. So I want you to receive your light, okay, everybody? Just receive your light with open arms. You're ready for this. It wouldn't be coming in unless you're ready for it. So just allow. Not everybody's going to feel a big boom because everybody's going to feel a little differently because it's not going to jolt you. It's going to be loving. So let's feel this right now to the best of your ability, bringing in more light through your crown chakra, filling you up from the inside out with this beautiful high vibrational light that you are. I call your divinity. Let's do that now. It's coming in. It's loving. It's like trickling of gentle raindrops from the divine creator coming in through you, healing you in all aspects and renewal, regeneration. It's coming through your cells, to your heart. It's coming into your organs right now. So we're going to just focus this light right into your intestinal area. Just small and large intestines. Just imagine intestines if you don't know where exactly they're at. Just imagine this beautiful light coming into your intestines right now, bringing in high frequency divine healing and light and regeneration. in your intestines, everybody. Let's go back into, okay, we're going to go into this, we're going to go right now into your stomach. So let's go focus in the stomach as it's going from your intestines to your stomach area right now. Clearing out some heavy energy for people. Renewal to regeneration. Let's jump up into the lungs, everybody. If you have one lung, but you have right and left lung, let's go into the lungs. Renewal, regeneration. Clearing out the heavy sludge. Let's go into the liver for a minute. Right to your liver. Got to clear the liver out. It's got a lot of heavy stuff there. Let's go into the kidneys behind your back there for a minute. We got to clear the kidneys and adrenals. Cellular regeneration and DNA upgrading for perfect youth frequencies. Regeneration. In the kidneys right now, which are also affecting the adrenals. Let's go right into the heart. Bring in love and light into the heart and open your heart up to receive more of you, more of your abundance, more of your divine blueprint and perfect health. And to everybody who has any issues going on with the heart, maybe you have heart walls, maybe you have heart palpitations. Let's bring in the high frequency of regeneration and renewal into everybody's heart now to receive more of light, more perfect health, of line to your divine, original divine blueprint. Let's do that now. Receive this, everybody. Let's do it. Very good. Let's make this light go, not only just flowing through your organs, let's make sure this light goes all the way through your full middle body, down your legs, down your feet. We're going to ground in your personal power now to planet Earth, everybody. Ready to be here and now in your physical body, in your living heaven on earth, in your physical body, embodied. Let's do that now. Receive this. All through your body to your feet now to planet Earth. Let's let it come in. Let it come in. You're ready for this, everybody. Oh, so beautiful. This is also called the rev up metabolism because we just got everything moving. I want everybody to take a nice easy breath into the stomach area, belly, whatever you, right by your belly button. Just a nice easy breath into the body with your eyes closed. And let it come in and just exhaling it out. Easy and effortless, everybody, in the out breath. Just let it go. I want you to take a nice stretch above your head, everybody, with your eyes closed. Just opening your eyes slowly, coming back into your physical realm and your body, opening your up. Just nice yawn and just nice stretch, opening yourselves, coming to planet Earth. Become aware of your body, everybody. See if you can feel a tingling sensation coming through your body now that maybe you did not feel before. Maybe you're feeling some lightness, and I'm hoping you're feeling more peace. Peace is really a gift these days, peace and light, and maybe some love in your heart, and maybe a little smile on your face. And I just want you just to know that you created this high vibration energy inside yourself today that doesn't just leave now. It stays with you. This is your high vibrational being, yourself. And this is what you created today. So thank you for participating, everybody. Much love and light. Thank you. And thank you, Darius. That concludes our session.
Yeah, that is amazing. Well, it concludes the activation. We got a lot more to do. We're going to be talking about how you see energy, what you do with it, and where you're going in 2022 and beyond. So everybody hold on, all right? That was huge. I want to hear from everybody. What did you feel and what came forward? You know what, I'm a lot of throat clearing, Dawn. There was some energies.
Yeah.
I felt in my throat, so y'all pardon me. I get effects from this as well. And what I felt, you know, there's a lot of shackles on a lot of people at times from really sharing their truth, whether it's, you know, the fear of like losing a job or being able to really say what you believe or really share, you know, what's in your heart or really tell someone you love them or, you know, be the way that you want to be, right? Maybe your parents didn't hug you, but you've always wanted to hug your kid or hug your spouse and you didn't grow up in that environment. I mean, these are all the things we are shedding the old ways. So Dawn, thank you for that. And I want to hear from some of y'all today. What did you experience? What was coming in for you? Share with us at uwealthrevolution.com/now. All right. So I want to share a few things going on. One person, Doreen, said, "Oh my gosh, wonderful fun. I felt so much pressure around the musculature of my rib cage and sides, both sides of my neck and throat. You guys can see I'm still clearing. Had lots of pressure in my head, over my eyes, tingles in the front of my chest. Wow, it's like butterflies and tingles everywhere. Oh my gosh, moving some big, big stuff." So we've got a lot of people sharing some interesting things as energy moves. I want to ask you about the energy and how you see it. We've got a few people writing in that they felt there was like a dark energy or cloud interfering with them. We've talked about this as an epigenetic binding. We've talked about it as potentially saboteurs. When you tap in or you do a one-on-one with somebody, Dawn, what do you see? How does the energy show up in your awareness? Do you see it? Do you feel it? Do you hear it? Are you told? What does it look like, if you could describe it?
Yeah, and I just want to know, every healer's a little differently. Some of us put, since I'm working with the highest vibration, I try not to get caught into the third dimension of like creating labels for everything. Even though I see it, it could be an entity, you know. But the thing about it is, what I'm seeing a lot of it is just our own roadblocks, our own, just things we've, you know, this is a big shift for everybody right now, Darius. We're coming into just our light, and there's just so much happening on our planetary level, just the frequency. So a lot of it is just our old, our safety mechanism, our safety mechanisms are starting to come off of us and dissolve. And yeah, they feel like shackles. I mean, I think your word of what you use as shackles is really good, because I do see that on some people in some ways, but I don't really see it like that. I might just see it like a heavy, dense energy that's resonating there that's just not, it's very dense, okay? And I have to work with it and really bring in the frequency to dissolve it. Well, I usually just clear it right in the light right away. But I don't force it, because that's a very low vibration. So I just bring in the highest vibration of love to dissolve anything, and it really works within instantaneously. And of course, if you notice in the group process, I brought in a lot of upgrades. So I didn't just clear. Of course, I was clearing the sludge for everybody of what we've been going through, but I also was doing a kind of a metabolism boost for everybody in some ways, because we are talking about, you know, a sexy, healthy body today. I mean, that is what we're talking about. But I'm also talking about deeper than that, okay? And I was really doing a lot of renewal for the organ, the parts of the body that I was working on, because a lot of times we just get a little stagnated in those areas, and they need a little bit more reconnection with each other. That's right. So more, and I have an ability to really harmonize all the organs together so they work together as a system, not just separately, because that's what happens when we have trauma and stuff. Everybody, we have our bodies don't really operate the way they should in efficiency. So my goal today was really getting the body up so it could actually be an efficient machine that it is, and a magnificent machine. But we all live life, and things kind of get in the way of that happening. And also going into more of the DNA, really uplifting whatever was ready for people today. And it also means epigenetics, you know, whatever's coming to the surface. A lot of times I work with people and I see epigenetic bonds and stuff. Darius, it's just stuff that's really ready to be neutralized. It's not there to like hurt anybody and stuff. I mean, you're really healing yourself, but you're healing your family too, which is really beautiful, because these people are ancestors, everybody, in ancestral energy. They didn't have energy back then. I mean, they did, but I don't know, a lot of them didn't do. They just suffered, and most of them probably just you know, numbed themselves as best they could. So they lived a very painful ending. So here in this time, we're just helping planetary. It's not just us. It's really our families, but also just the planet in general evolve and raise our vibration here. We're doing so much more than just us, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, you know, as we clear that old energy from the ancestral grid, I do believe it changes the frequency now. And I think that's why a lot of the shackles are coming off people all over the world, and they are waking up in mass. And I want to share some of what you're doing, because we've talked a lot about epigenetics, anti-aging, removing the shackles that can hold us back from being in our truth. But we've got a really sexy, quote unquote, if you will, topic today. But it's not just about that. It goes very deep, because I believe, you know, what's the sexiest body is a healthy body from inside and out is probably the sexiest thing. And an enlightened body is way more sexy than a body filled with trauma and all sorts of things. Right? So we're really using that term in a general sense, but also in a very specific enlightened sense. And I want to talk about it. It's at uwealthrevolution.com/Dawn, DAWN, like a new dawn, Dawn 23. And in this very special opportunity that you've opened up, you asked the question, you know, do you ever feel like you're too old to get fit, or that you're old beyond your years, or that you just don't feel good in your body? Well, this is going to be the wake-up call, the clarion call, that you actually can. And Dawn, one of the things that I know people are going to want to do probably first, because you've only got 25 of them, is work with you one-on-one. Tell me a little bit about what you do, because on this page there's an opportunity to go one-on-one with you, Dawn Crystal, and it is going to literally allow you to go in and see what is the number one stumbling block for individuals in this area or in any area, and for them to get one-on-one help from you.
Exactly. Well, I'm just going to go in and basically work with your soul or your higher self, everybody. Number one, what I do with everybody and on the call or just in the individual sessions is really just connect you into your light and your truth, so you can actually start feeling who you are. And of course, I'm guided at that time, because everybody's individual, Darius. So I really don't cookie cut my sessions. I mean, I go in and I see what you're asking. I do always ask people what they're wanting to work on. And of course, I follow your soul's lead through the call, because everybody's going to have a different way of me clearing them and also upgrading them. Okay, so I will be clearing any traumas, past lifetimes, experiences, of course, any health issues that you're having, because everything has to do with us feeling healthy in our bodies and feeling sexy. Okay, because we're talking about sexy body parts as well. But it's also, we have to help that part of our body be able to bring you what you want to experience, okay? So it is going deeper than just, you know, superficial, let's just sculpt it. We have to go deeper into that. So, and basically I'm just going to go deep into what's really coming up for everybody, if it's including ancestral, limiting, blocking bonds and stuff. So I'm going to go into that. I'm going to work in the DNA of you all. I do that always anyway. I'm going to be doing cellular memory clearings and genetic imprints and DNA coding upgrades and cellular integrations. I do all that, okay? So this is deep, 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 deep stuff. And I do have more time. I do work only 25 minutes. So everybody thinks that's not a long time. I do a lot of work in 25 minutes. So I'm going to be freeing your DNA, everybody, from negative bonds also, just to help you live a greater, healthier, freer life. And of course, it's going to heal any body issues, helping you, you know, lose weight if that's what you want, or any traumas that I see that are there that need to be cleared. You probably know a lot of it, but it's going to free you, okay, everybody? And this is going to really upgrade your divine blueprint. I really call it into your ageless, perfect body health, okay? And really clearing anything that's in the way, any roadblocks, any belief systems that are installed by yourself or unknown sources, maybe by your family, who knows? Maybe you're just born into it, who knows? But it's just whatever's ready to come up, because everything is in the moment. I will work on that. And people who work with me, Darius, feel the shifts right away, okay? So everybody knows. And that's why I have clients that keep coming back to me all the time. And I've been doing this for over 25 years, my work. So it's because I keep upgrading myself, everybody, and I just know how to work with everybody, and people just feel the shift. You know, so that's really powerful to feel the shifts, you know, and really feel your light coming in and feel this denseness or whatever you want to call it that you've been walking around with in this heavy cloud or whatever it is. Just start releasing, and you're like, wow, I just feel like a new person. And a lot of people at the end of my calls, of my sessions, are laughing or giggling, you know, and I'm like, wow, and this is something you probably haven't had experienced this many years or this lifetime. So, and they can't really put a finger on it, but they just feel so much more alive. So that's what I bring, okay? It's called bringing really into your divine truth, you know? So it's a powerful session, but yeah, I do also, I'm going to be offering some group calls, which will be powerful too, and I know you'll go into that, Darius, but those are going to be powerful if they can't do a session as well.
Yeah. Well, I want to walk through a little bit of this because it is here, and as you mentioned, there's 25 spots. It's regeneration, rejuvenation, revitalization to an awesome, healthier new you. And, you know, as it is spring and, you know, people may be hearing this as we move into the summer as well, there's a lot of that energy. You talked about kind of the schluff that we've been through in the last couple years. And for a lot of folks, I mean, I've seen it when I go out, they're coming out of that energy right now. Many parts of the world, and really still there may be that lingering energetic of what we went through trauma-wise. So it's the perfect time to move that out, but then also things that could be from another ancestral line or something else. So you're going to go in to clear past life energies that could be affecting health right now, clearing energy completely and bringing in vibrant vitality. I love that combination in all areas. And then working on any other topic, whether it's abundance or relationships or just this feeling like, I don't know what it is, but I feel this right here and it just feels like something is stuck or not moving energetically. You're going to do all of it. That is a package C. I'll just share for people. And the cool thing about that is you'll get everything on the page. And there's a lot on the page because you've also included at this page, uwealthrevolution.com/Don23, all the elements of this deepest root of removing the energetic bindings. And you start with moving into the body. So the first area in package A, you're going to deal with the legs. Now, what are we doing with our legs here today and in this package A?
Well, it's just going to be really renewal, but it's also going to be sculpting too, because a lot of women do come to, you know, they've gone through this a year and a half feeling really sluggish, and a lot of people don't even have the energy to work out. So this is really going to help your body from the inside out, everybody. This is not the surgery, but this is more powerful than the surgery because this is, you know, some people do have leg issues, vein issues. Of course, it comes down to the discoloration and the saggy skin and that, but let's go deeper. What's causing that, okay? Maybe there is some health concerns underneath this, vein therapy elimination and stuff. Blockages. So, you know, of course, toning, okay? So I just want people to know my stuff is really powerful, my MP3s, and I've had people even have facelifts from my MP3s. So these are just short activations, but they're very powerful because I don't really bring any fluff to my work. So when you listen to them, you know, people ask, do I need a headphones or earbuds? I'm like, if you have them, it works the best. Because Darius, really, my activations really on the MP3s are only 10 minutes. I think everybody can find some earbuds for 10 minutes, okay? It's not an hour or anything like that, you know? It's just 10 minutes, maybe around that time. So they're very powerful activations. So
you start with the legs, and this is moving energy, moving potentially blood flow, moving frequency, lymphatic energy, vein therapy elimination.
Meridian.
Wow. Okay. Then you go into the arms and also the buttocks. And you got to tell me about these two. I am sure everybody has some feeling on these areas and, you know, like, okay, if I had a magic wand, I would like this to be different. What are you going to be doing with these two areas, Dawn?
Well, let's also be working deep in the DNA on these areas because a lot of us, I have a lot of ladies who I know my clients to work out. You know, and then we get a little superficial. We're like, hey, you know, I work out like this. I'm doing squats, and why do I have all this cellulite and stuff? So
this, right? Exactly.
No, right. So it's you know, you can get that, you can get to that level, but also I'm going deeper into why is it there? You know, what is causing this? Is this your DNA upgrading? Are we gonna? Okay, so maybe it's epigenetics. I don't know until I'm actually working with somebody. But these are MP3s, so it's just going to go in. These are divine frequencies from the divine creator. So they're going to know what to go with everybody here because everybody's going to have a different story, right? But, you know, basically most people, Darius, will listen to my MP3s and have an intention, okay? An outcome of what they're wanting. They don't have to sit there and dictate, you know, we don't want the ego to get too involved in this, but we want to stay more of an energy of gratitude, okay? That's how my energy works because it's from the divine creator. Energy of gratitude, I really like this, okay? And then you just let it be and you let it work and then you just go about your day afterwards and let it integrate, okay? It's not just about listening to them over and over and over and over the same day. That's not how it works. You listen to an MP3, maybe 1 or 2 a day, spread them out about 6 hours because your body needs time, everybody, to integrate these frequencies. It's not just compounding more is better. More of my work is not better. It's about allowing your body to actually work with these frequencies so you can shift things within yourself so things do change. So, you know, you'll feel it right away. People just like, wow, I really feel something happening here. So they are powerful. So just allow them to work. That's all, you know, without thinking that you have to listen to all of them in one day or something, okay? Because that's not really the answer, okay?
Okay. And then the next thing you move through is the abdominals and then also the face. Tell me what's going to be happening in these and why you chose these areas as well. I got to ask that question.
Well, it's about how we feel. You know, right now we've come out of a really heavy time, and a lot of people's heaviness and traumas are really being on Earth right now, on planet Earth. And it's really affecting our body in the way it's looking. I mean, I even went through a period before where my stomach was looking sluggish, and I wasn't eating anymore. And a lot of it just could be old trauma releasing. Really your detox of your vital organs and just, really sometimes it affects our metabolism, So this is really going to help your body because everybody who really is on your show, Darius, is on an accelerated spiritual path. So this is really geared towards the spiritual path, everybody, because it does affect the way we look and feel in our bodies. Okay? Usually it's temporary, but I'm just trying to make it easy for everybody so we don't have to go through this big sluggish thing for a long period of time. Because that's what people do for a while. Sometimes we have to unearth these dense energies in us. Okay, it's just part of the process of raising our vibration. Okay, but this also, we want to kind of shift things. We don't want to go back. Maybe we want to change the way we were before. So this is what it's about. Let's go into your DNA and change and upgrade your DNA. I'm always about upgrading DNA because I do it constantly on myself, Daria. I just work on my DNA all the time. Okay, and that's why, because I'd like to live to 100 and look good, okay, and feel good. Okay, so I'm just being honest. I'm a woman too. Underneath being this spiritual person, I want to look good and feel good, okay? Why not?
That's right.
So it's not just being shallow, but why not? So this is what it's going to work with, everybody. And if you have some issues, health issues, this is going to help you as well.
Now, for people who say, can you really transform DNA? Can you really? I mean, that's what the whole study of epigenetics really is about. That our DNA is not fixed. That we can activate certain traits, certain DNA in our body, and Bruce Lipton talks about this, or deactivate it based on things we do, energies we hold, experiences, traumas, lack of traumas, healings, and you're doing it. So you
all
say it's possible, and we've heard it.
Yeah.
Okay.
A DNA strand's always upgrading in myself. Always, always, always. It's made a huge difference in my life.
All right. Well, I want to say
I've cured myself of major diseases and things that could have happened to me with my family ancestral and of cancers and stuff just in my own life. I mean, if I didn't work on it, who knows what I could have come down with. So I'm being wholehearted, honest in what I do here, with the full integrity,
Well, go look at the page. Dawn Crystal's at the top there. She just is glowing 100%. If anybody is glowing, it's Dawn Crystal, and she's emanating crystalline light. That's what I feel when I look at you, Dawn, and that's probably why you have that name, because it literally is just crystalline light energy coming through you. It's amazing. I mean,
but that's my real name too. It's my real name, by the way. Everyone asks me, "Is that your real name?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's my real name. It's on my driver's license." Yeah.
I've stopped believing in coincidences. Everything is divinely orchestrated, right? You also are including firming the neck and 30 days of remote energy healing. So tell me about the neck first, because I know the neck is a big deal. The neck supports our head, supports the weight of our consciousness, if you will. And a lot of times our necks get pretty worn out, and that could be internally and externally. So why are you working on those?
Well, I just think it's just one of the hardest parts when we age. It's the first sign of where we are, and age-wise, just in general, just for anybody. It's really a hard place to work on, even for surgeries. You really have to go through a lot just to have it. So I just know that just working with the DNA, upgrading your DNA strands and your epigenetics really helps with that. And also just making the sound of tone, getting blood flow going to your body, everybody, in your face, because a lot of people's muscles in their face and stuff, Darius, are not really toned. Okay, it's not an area of your face that unless you eat, we keep very toned. So I concentrate on just that too, really tightening the jowls and the skin appearance, because it's not really the skin, it's really what's underneath the skin that's that's your muscles and everything. Your ligaments, they need to be worked on, okay? Because otherwise things kind of deteriorate. So I'm going deeper than just the outside appearance. Of course, I'm working on color, age spots, and stuff like that. That'll work. That works with this, as far as your stem cells and all that. I work on that, but it's just a lot of people have the trouble with their turkey neck. Okay, and I found that even working with this, just a heavy neck, it's just with the muscles and stuff. People do start seeing really tighter skin. But I want to let you know it's not just on the skin level. We're working deeper because we want this to be life-changing. We don't just want this to be in the moment and it disappears. So we want you to, keep upgrading yourself, and you're just kind of helping your body do that, okay? So I'm also working on cellular youth frequencies and just cellular renewal and stuff like that. So I'm working on all different levels, but definitely the DNA. And I'm clearing out negative bonds as well.
I want to share what Janine said. It sounds like bonds, because she wrote into your office. She said the session had my body rocking and rolling and releasing so much. It still feels like I'm processing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Another person wrote in, I feel so much lighter. Another person, my skin is softer. Rough patch is gone on my chin. My nails are growing. My face is glowing. I'm just combining some different comments here. Jana, Alice, Janine, Jenny. A lot of interesting comments coming in. It's not just about looking good. Everybody seems to say, I look better, but then I feel better. I feel like my energy's flowing in those parts that we worked on, versus having these big energetic lumps and clumps that are stagnant and even painful. Now, you're doing the individual body parts. You're also going to do 30 days of remote energy healing. Oh, yeah. This is 24/7. Now, how do you do this? And then what are we going to be doing here?
Well, I just want everybody to know that I'm working with really connecting people in with the divine creator. So I'm doing this 24 hours. People ask what time of the day. The package, we have a really good bonus. So, Darius, I don't know if you want to mention about if they sign up today, you have this extra bonus going on with the remote right now for 30 days extra. So it's like 60 days total. Do you want to mention that?
Oh, so they double. Okay, this is great. Thank you for clarifying that. This is pretty awesome. So if you want to get double, so you have 30 days with the package, but there's a bonus between now and Sunday at midnight where you're going to get 60 days total, because you're going to get double the amount of time in there. And so, Dawn, tell us first, what is the remote energy transmissions and rejuvenation that you're doing? I mean, why would we want to have 60 days versus 30? What in the world are we doing?
Well, we're just going to keep going deeper and deeper and deeper into clearing and a renewal. I like to say we're clearing during this time of 60 days, because it's a bonus now, so it's not 30, it's 60 right now till the weekend. Oh, wow. We're going to clear away basically the deepest blocks to connect with your original divine blueprint, okay? So I'm all about empowering people so you can do it on your own. And this is also going to be a very deep cellular youth frequency regeneration, okay? It's also working on that. But we're going to be clearing ancestral imprints, blocking yourself, being a sovereign being, choosing what you want as your experience and the way you want to look and feel. So this is stuff that's deep. It's not just stuff that just happens overnight, but you're going to be in the highest frequency of divine energy. And people who are my energy remotes feel it. They feel more peaceful. They feel more expanded. They feel like less bothers them. And it's like a cocoon of light that people are in for the full 24 hours, 7 days a week, okay? There's no set time every day. I just go ahead and run it the whole time so people know. And it's going to really supercharge your universal connection with your unlimited, I call it your unlimited self, your unlimited abundance of your divine being, of the universe. So people do get a lot more abundant as well. This is just a byproduct of this. Clearing any soul fragmentation in your being that's not plugged into your divine self. We're going to clear any past lifetimes, traumas, and beliefs that's also going to be working on with you, with your divine self. Everybody's going to have a different experience with this. We're going to open you up to really your universal gifts, okay? Maybe you don't even know what they are, but also perfect health in the way that you want your body to function and feel like, okay? So we're talking about this today. It's not just superficial, I want to, it's all great with that, but we want to go deeper so you can actually live a long, healthy life, everybody. This is all, I'm all about just the longevity of our lives, making it the highest, making us feel good for the rest of our life, being nurtured in the highest vibration of divine light. Again, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to support your healing ascension path. People who are on the ascension path love my energy, because I'm not just clearing you every day. I'm actually bringing you in so you can actually do your soul work, so you can actually raise frequency. A lot of people just like to be in my remotes because it really helps them do their soul work. Connecting you into your stronger divine blueprint of yourself, everybody, of anti-aging frequencies, and bringing in more youth frequencies to you on a daily basis, and regeneration mode of your DNA, upgrading your strands. It's really deep, okay? So this is all that's within that 60-day time frame. I could do it in 30 days, but we're just going to go ahead and double whammy it for 60 days.
That'll bring people right into summer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, bring people right into the, late spring, and just moves the energy. I love it. I mean, that is a huge bonus, Dawn, and it also means that they don't have to do it by themselves. And you're talking about divine light, which you bring in through the sound. You're also going to be doing a very specific quantum. It's so funny when we talked about quantum DNA adjustment. Here we are, quantum anti-aging, lengthening telomere stem cell reversal.
That's a
That's
bonus.
all there. It's a bonus that's also there that they can run. Now, how often should they listen to that? That's a 13-minute bonus. What do you do with that?
Yeah, I suggest it once a week. You don't need to listen to it every day because your body does need time to actually do the work.
Right.
You might want to listen to it twice a week to start, maybe for a week or so. But really, that one could be listened to about once a week because it does take time for your body to actually shift some things. But you will notice a difference. Even most people who have listened to that, I do that as a bonus, can really feel a difference just listening to that it's doing something anti-aging. I mean, I've had people look in the mirror and like, wow, I'm starting to look a little bit more like alive. Some people are feeling really haggard right now. So, and we're working on lengthening your telomeres, which is really, really important to do that, to really have longevity. You have to lengthen the telomeres. And I have the ability to do that, everybody. And stem cell renewal, okay?
Wow.
That's part of the bonus that you're getting here. Right.
Okay. All right, that is amazing. We got a few more things we're going to do. Stay on the line because we are going to take some questions on the Q&A cast. So if you want to submit a question to us on the webcast, we're going to get to that in a minute. Package A will let you get started for all of this, for $789, but it's actually 84% off today. So it's $127, which is awesome. And then package B I want to share is like the sandwich in between the one-on-one session and package A. And this you're going to have 2 live calls. And you're going to be moving into a lot of the same frequency, but now live it's going to add a whole other twist. Cellular rejuvenation with dot source energy and then resetting for a beautiful, healthy body. Tell me about this.
Yeah, this is going to really dive deeper into anchoring all this stuff in. I mean, I just want people to know if you can only do package A, it's very powerful. But package B will bring in the group calls. And again, you're going to get I think package A still gets the 60 days, right? So they're still getting the remote, which is powerful. But this is just a little deeper. We're going to really anchor in these frequencies. On June 4th, we'll have a session there. And then the following Saturday, the first one is basically cellular regeneration with God source frequency on June 4th. And then June 11th is the second call, which should be resetting for a beautiful, healthy body. And so we're just going to be anchoring in these really high frequencies into your body. So this way your body just kind of starts resonating at the higher vibration and really allowing ourselves to anti-age, just more of a regeneration and anti-aging for the rest of your life. So this is just going to really anchor in the high frequencies in everybody and really I'll be working on different areas to really help move energy along for everybody. So I'll go a little bit deep dive more into the body to get all systems working together harmoniously as one vessel, okay? It's not just one part of you works okay, the next part's not working okay. I'm all about getting everything on board, okay? So that's what these calls are going to be all about.
And it gives people some time and to readjust because these are going to be a little bit later on in the year. So if you've been doing the work and there's like these extra pieces, these loose ends, this is going to be the time to actually realign everything to the highest level and actually let Dawn do kind of the final cleanup, which I love, and also get help because people may have questions, they may need support. They're recorded, so you will not miss them. You can have them for life. And my very special team has made it easy as well. If you want to add a family member, you can do that as well for just like $47. You can add a family member to the remote transmissions. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, you have a mother, father, mother-in-law, maybe who you feel could use some support. You can add them on there. And it supports Dawn and the show, which we love and we appreciate you. And that's so cool. Package B is discounted from $1,089 to just $177 because you're part of the community. And you can also get just 2 payments of $89 if you want to lock it in. And, Dawn, you only have 25 one-on-one sessions.
No, that's it,
That's it. Okay, so they're there. I know we probably got 3 of them already done and counting, maybe more last time I looked. So grab them if you feel called, and then we'll just work on, sending Dawn some roses, love and light. Maybe she'll open up some more, but I'm not sure. We'll see.
Yeah, pretty limited. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're busy. And, I want to do this for people that are here. We've got over 40 plus questions, almost 50 questions been written in. I want to take maybe just 10 minutes to answer some questions people have been writing in.
Sure.
All right. Let me catch a breath because it's been quite an intense session. Okay, so, all right. Patricia says, is the bonus of 60 days remote healing also included for the add-on remote healing for a loved one at 47? Okay, she says yes. Awesome.
Only if I think it's till this weekend, right? I think you have this running to the weekend, so it's till whatever the weekend is. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay, another person wrote in, and a lot from Evelyn, who felt a body vibrating and tingling. She said she just felt a sharp pain out of her stomach and legs. So, any idea what that can be when we feel a tingle and then something comes up? What's going on in those situations?
Well, a little tingle and stuff is just energy. Things could just be tweaked and energy releasing. I mean, it's, I wouldn't worry about that so much because, things are shifting and changing. Sometimes, energy is moving around some vessels, arteries that have just been kind of maybe, I'd like to call it like they're not flowing. And some part of your vessel is just kind of opening up so more energy or oxygen and flow of blood could go there. Because a lot of times our vessels and arteries, if we're, could actually get kind of clogged up or even they kind of get, how do you put it, kind of kinked. Okay?
Right.
So, so that's, it can happen, but I just also want to know that these energies are also going to help your arteries and veins get stronger as well. So it's renewing the vessels, okay, which is very important.
Okay, absolutely. We got another question coming in from a listener here, and this one involves Kaur in Dallas. Says, Don, I've had bloating issues since I was a child. Nothing works long term. I literally look like I'm 8 months pregnant when I eat a regular meal, and it's hindering to my sexy and self confidence. We don't want to hinder anybody's sexy here today.
No.
Solution, that's for sure. So what's going on there?
Well, I don't know. I'm not with her in the session, but I could tell you that, depending on her life story, I mean, she may have some trauma stored there. I really feel right now, and I don't know if do you know where she's from? What her name is? Where she's from?
Dallas, Texas. Dallas, Texas.
And what's her first name?
Kaur.
Okay, so I'm just going to get what I need. Okay, so basically, my dear, I'm actually feeling that there's a little bit of a disconnection in the stomach to the heart with this person. So, sometimes that happens. I mean, my remotes can handle that, work with that, because sometimes if we have some deep emotional things that happen in our life, sometimes we do disconnect a little bit. I'm not saying that's all of it, but it also causes a backup in our system, because I'm really good as far as moving energy through the meridians and also the lymphatics of the body. And also pharmaceuticals. Okay, I've noticed a lot of people, even on the spiritual path these days, have been really releasing, I should say, even myself, a lot of childhood shots and stuff that are just not really serving us anymore, and they really become sludge in the body, because I'm actually see this in people's bodies. The sludge that our bodies are really not able to clear. That's not really serving us. Okay, so I'm not saying anything positive. I'm talking about the negative aspects of it. A lot of it, it gets kind of stuck in the body, everybody, and it does accumulate. So that's part of what I could do. We'll be doing some of that in the group calls, of course, and also I can work on that with some people in the personal sessions as well, because I get things moving, and also clear out any blockage if there's some trapped emotions there too. So there's a combination of things that can happen. We got to make sure the organs are all kind of up and running as well. Okay. Because the organs do get kind of like get stagnated at times, or they get a little bit clogged up. So that's also another thing that I do, is get the organs fine-tuned in some ways. That's what I'd like to call it, fine-tuning.
All right. I want to share what Heather is saying. She says, I found during the process I would feel energy at an area of my body before it was even mentioned by Dawn or a caller. She said, when one caller mentioned head, I was also feeling pressure energy in my head. When Dawn mentioned to another caller something about feeling clear, I felt what I pictured in my mind's eye to be clear, loving light flowing and going through my head to my arms to my hands. She said during the group process, when Dawn is mentioning one area, I had a second before I felt pressure in the area. Thank you again. And one of my young children is home from school, and he heard some of the group process and was mimicking Dawn's tones and sounds in a sweet way, which was precious. We've got another sound healer being born and created today in Heather's household. I love it. So when people are feeling the energy before you even do it, I mean, that's kind of like a precognition, a quantum connection awareness state, right?
Yeah,
I mean, this is really what we're doing. Why this works at a distance is we're all part of one resonant field, if you really want to know the truth, right? So as Dawn does this, it is affecting people. It is moving energies. Even before she even does it, there's this cognition at some level of maybe her quantum awareness that she's going to do it. And we're tapping into that network, if you will. Explain a little bit about that, and also like when you do the work with people, what you see start to happen. Because as we free up the network, if you will, that quantum network of DNA from these telomeres, from these telomere limitations, I mean, it's totally possible we can begin feeling this stuff even spontaneously without doing much at all.
Yeah, and I really connect in people beyond I call it the soul level too. So it's like, you know, we're all connected, right? In some ways, I mean, we all are connected beings. So, you know, there's no coincidence that she's even on the call receiving this, you know, just somehow, you know, she's here, but there's no coincidence that anybody's here right now or on the replay. So yeah, there's a collective here that, and it's beyond my mind too, Darius, except I just know I do it, okay? I mean, I just do it and I just know. It's just a knowing that I do, that I know that it's happening because I know I'm doing it, okay? Because I've been doing it for so long. So absolutely, yeah, and it's just cool that her son was doing that. I really appreciate that. That's really cool. Yeah, I find that really cool.
Well, kids are so smart, and you are so amazing,
so real.
Dawn, and everybody here
humble.
is so amazing. Yeah.
Yes, everybody. We're all amazing. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
That's right. I always say at You Alter Evolution, don't ever listen to me or Dawn or any other guest and think, gosh, I could just do that or I could be like them. You are the same as anyone here, and the reason you resonate with anything we're talking about is because you have in you that ability, that seed, that possibility, that connection, that awareness. It is part of who you are, and that's why we all join together, and that's why we love to just have this communion, if you will, of space that we share every day, whether you go deeper or not. You know, we want to support Dawn's work. We want her to keep doing it in the world. We don't want you to go work for Google or some, you know, place like
I don't think that would work too well where my mind's at.
No,
they'd probably throw me out of there. Yeah, they'd probably throw me out one day.
I have a friend. He's in technology. He's like a huge tech guy, very smart guy. And we were talking about Google, and he's like, it's just an evil company. He's like, just nobody in tech likes, you know, it's like they even are like, this is not good, you know. So we want to support these systems, these new ways of doing, these educators. That's why I started the platform. So, Dawn, maybe you can start something one day that becomes the next Google or whatever it is, right? And that really is our own network, right? That is our consciousness that is far more powerful than all these systems, right? This is what we're putting our energy into. So we love to support your work. That's why I highlight it. That's why we take a little time to open it up, to unpack it for people who need it. And I'll say we've already had like 9 of these one-on-one sessions, or 8 or 9 already being taken. So grab it if you feel called. But just know, no matter what you do with Dawn, there's going to be something amazing. And Dawn, I want to, you know, for people that are still feeling like there's a bit of heaviness, hopelessness in the world, we've gone through a lot. We're going through something every day. I mean, there's always something now in this age that I call like the age between ages, where like systems are crumbling, and then there's always some big thing. What would you say for somebody who feels like it's not possible to ever feel sexy again, or feel good again, or feel vibrant again, or feel healthy again, or to transform again? What would you say to them today?
Well, I just want everybody to just try to stay off the news, listening to news and all that, because really there's such good happening in our world, and when there's something horrible, there's always such a wonderful thing that's starting to grow. And I just see a big shift of our planet and new vibration happening here. But the main thing is to just, you know, try to be loving with yourself. And of course, you know, you're following Darius here, and always follow your heart and what vibration you're in tune to, because everybody, I'm just here to support you, everybody, and actually help really align you to what you already know, and really your soul's vibration energy in your body, which is really self-empowerment. And of course, that's kind of a fueling behind all this for you guys, you know, and even if it's in my work or my MP3s, that's what I do. It's really just to help empower everybody. So I just want to everybody know, yeah, we did come up, but there's a lot of change happening here. But there's also so much good. I know we might not see right away, but I can just tell you just what I'm seeing on the planet. There's so much good happening behind the scenes. More awakening of people with the reality of really life and what's happening. You know what I mean? What's been happening, I should say, on our planet for so long. And it's really good. It's a beautiful thing. But don't ever give up, everybody. I mean, you could, you know, I went through the period of my life where I thought it was all over, but I just somehow part of me just never. I mean, I just always followed my soul, and even though it didn't make logical sense, I always wanted to keep moving and not sinking, just swimming always. And I always tell people, don't give up. I promise you, you just got to clear off whatever's in this way here, which is probably not even yours. We're talking today about DNA and epigenetics. And once you clear all this stuff, it's like, oh, wow. It's like a big shield, or just like some veil's been taken off you, and you just feel like, wow, I guess this half of this stuff maybe wasn't even me, but this is what I was supposed to do, and now it's gone, and now you can actually get a clear part of you where you can actually be, you know, more aligned to what you're really here to do. Because a lot of people just are too mucked up with the heaviness of everything and maybe what they came in with. They don't really have the capacity to go deeper within themselves. So that's what I'm here to do, help the people get to that point.
Yes,
so,
and absolutely don't ever give up.
Don't ever give up. That is true. That's not in my vocabulary. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
No matter what.
And if you feel like you're giving up or you feel like it's not possible, just plug in, re-listen, reconnect in, and ask for help, get support. And we're here always, and we love you. And I know, Dawn, you love everybody here today. That's why you're doing this work. So I want to thank you for being here and doing this for us and taking the time to create something amazing to bring us back into this aliveness and unification of our divine energy and remove the shackles on our DNA, to remove the shackles on our epigenetic remove the epigenetic binding.
The negative bonds. Exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
Exactly.
Wow. Well, thank you for doing this.
I'm just excited, and I'm very, as everybody can tell, I'm always passionate when I show up here because this is really my soul's calling. So I just want to say thank you. And like I said, I've been out here for a long time, so a lot of you guys know me anyway, that I really walk my talk. So I'm really just grateful to be here and actually share. And Jarius, I'm always grateful to be here with you, for being here with you and having your soul family open to me. So thank you, everybody.
Well, bless you, Dawn. We love you, and we are always honored to have you. We love the energy. So thanks for being here and doing this for us. And can you send everybody off in one big I love you message? What would Spirit want everyone to know today, Dawn, from your heart?
I just want everybody to know that I'd just like to make a sound for everybody, if I can, just before we hang up. Just opening up our hearts more.
Wow,
let's just go ahead and bring in some more light to our hearts and really open ourselves up to this divine energy that wants to come in and support us. So let's just open ourselves up more to this energy of love and light to come into us. And let's bring that into our hearts right now with this sound. And let's just do that before we hang up. So let's do that right now. Everybody receive. Gonna clear off some heart walls on people. Oh, beautiful. That's my gift to everybody here, and I hope everybody felt that shift in the heart. It's very beautiful, and it's a high vibrational energy of light and love coming to everybody. So thank you for that, everybody who received. I hope you received that. That's my gift.
Thank you so much, Dawn. Amazing stuff. Bless you. Thank you for today.
Bless you too, Darius. I'm grateful, and everybody here. Bless everybody here. Thank you so much.
That is Dawn Crystal. We absolutely love her, and as I always share, every day is a new day of possibility at UWealth Revolution. So please, I beg you, don't ever give up or feel it's not possible for you to live your best life or rejuvenate in your body, in your mind, in your soul consciousness. You are amazing. You are a gift and a true possibility of love and light. Thank you for being here. We'll see you on the next UL session. Check out Dawn's one-on-one support as well while they last, and much more at uwealthrevolution.com/Dawn23. Take care, everyone. Thank you for being here. I love you, and experience the energies, feel into these clearings, and take them with you into the day. And I hope they have lifted you and your spirit and your body in a beautiful way. That's always our goal. Much love, and we'll see you in the next session. Take care, everyone.